Hello, my friends, and welcome back. It is your sex coach, Lauren. So, today we are going to talk about something will probably land for so many of you. The erotic comeback. Yeah, we're talking about reclaiming your desire after a dry spell. Whether it's been years, months, weeks. Maybe you had a baby. Maybe you've gone through some trauma, some grief, some stress, or burnout, or maybe you're just disconnected. Whatever the reason, this is your reminder. You are not broken. Pleasure is still yours to claim. And the erotic part of you, she hasn't disappeared. She's just waiting for the right conditions. She needs to reemerge. So let's walk you through how to come back to yourself, all right? Slowly, gently, on your own terms, okay? So first of all, let's take the shame off of this, okay? Why dry spells happen? Dry spells are not failure. They are feedback. And often they're really wise responses from your body and your nervous system. So desire is not like a faucet you forgot to turn back on, all right? It is a living, breathing system. And sometimes that system gets overloaded, right? Dry spells can be caused by stress or burnout. Maybe, especially like chronic caregiving or emotional labor. Physical or hormonal shifts such as postpartum, illness, medication, menopause. Maybe there was a relationship rupture that caused some resentment, right? Emotional distance, some conflict, trauma, even old trauma that can suddenly resurface. And a lot of the times, this is what I help my clients with. That loss of identity. When we don't feel like ourselves, we struggle to feel sexy. So, does this sound familiar? Here is the truth that most sex advice skips, okay? Desire doesn't come back when you try harder. It comes back when you feel safe, reconnected, and resourced, right? So, my friends, let's grieve before you rebuild, okay? Before we rush into getting your groove back, let's pause. Sometimes what blocks us isn't just numbness, it's grief. We have to grieve for the version of ourselves that used to be turned on so easy. We grieve for a sex life that felt vibrant and effortless. And we grieve for time lost in freaking survival mode. And that grief is so valid. You don't need to bypass your emotions to get turned on. But you do need to take a little time to think, if I made space for them, will it come back? And if it resonated, all right, try saying this out loud, I miss feeling alive in my body and I'm allowed to start again whenever that time is. So rebuilding erotic connection, okay? Let's rebuild intentionally, slowly, sensually. And here's where I recommend starting. First, reclaim your body as yours. Before you try to feel sexy for someone else, come home to you. You could start with non-sexual touch, lotions, bath, gentle self-massage. You could dance in the mirror. Bonus points if you do it naked, even if it feels silly. Lay your hands on your chest and say, this body is mine and this pleasure is mine when I'm ready. Number 2, give yourself permission to be turned on, all right? Sometimes the fear isn't that we can't feel turned on. It's what we're afraid of what happens when we do. So what will it mean if I want sex again? Will my partner expect more than I can give? Will I disappoint them or will I disappoint myself? So desire needs safety and permission. I want you to repeat this out loud. I am allowed to want. I am allowed to not want. And I am allowed to change. Number 3, when we reconnect without performance, okay? We skip the pressure to perform or climax. I want you to focus on reconnecting to your arousal style, right? Ask yourself a few questions. You can pause. I'll be right here when you get back. First question is, what turns me on emotionally? What do I want to feel? Powerful? Soft? Worshipped? What kind of imagery or touch used to light me up? So try gentle self-pleasure with no goal, right? Maybe try breath work or an audio erotica. Try reading a sexy story and noticing what stirs up for you, right? We stay curious, not perfect. Perfection is an illusion, my friends. So when we talk about the dry spell, okay, if your partner, this is big. You talk about your desire drought not as a failure, but as a phase. You can try saying, I'm reconnecting with my body again, and I'd love your support while I take it slow. You could also say, can we explore pleasure without pressure or expectations right now? You could also say, I want to feel connected, and I'm learning what turns me on again. Here's the thing, most partners want to be supportive, but they just need a roadmap, right? Give them one. So here is what I want you to take away from today. You are not behind. You are not failing. Your desire isn't gone. It's just been waiting, right? It's waiting for gentleness, for space, for the signal that it is safe to come out and play, right? And if you're ready to explore deeper, my link down in the show notes has resources, including the Pleasure Collective, which is a membership. So it's like a program, but a monthly membership where I help you reconnect to your sensuality, your erotic identity, and it's a whole body turn on in a supportive, non-judgmental space. I have a couple other courses as well. And the thing is, my friends, you don't have to make your erotic comeback alone. You can reach out for one-on-one coaching. Just email me at lauren@laurengoyette.com. And just until next time, babe, go slow, breathe deep, and remember, pleasure is your birthright. If this episode did anything for you, hit the like, hit the subscribe, maybe rate it, review it, whatever you're listening to it on. Share it with a friend or a partner, especially if you're going through a dry spell and you're just not sure exactly where to start. This could be the little communication starter you need, right? A little safer, just so they know that you're thinking about them and you know that this is happening and you guys, you're not alone. They're in it with you. All right, my friends, be curious and be gentle with yourself. Until next time.